Hello, my dear students. I'm privileged to give you the message this afternoon, and it is my goal that you will see what inner beauty is. Please do not misunderstand when I will be using the book of Proverbs chapter 31, verses 30 and 31. These verses, or this chapter, is about the inner beauty for women, for ladies, but it's not limited to them. It is an open lesson that the Lord has given us these words in order that whether you are a male or a female, you will have that inner beauty and that you will practice how to be beautiful, not only attractive. I'll read it for you. Proverbs chapter 31, verses 30 and 31. Favor is deceitful, and beauty is vain, but a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised. Give her of the fruit of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gates. May the Lord add more blessings upon the reading of His holy words. May I emphasize it. The purpose of this message is not only for the ladies, even if this is written for our ladies, but I would like all of us, from the male students to the male staff, not only the female students and staff, and even parents, that we will have an idea for what inner beauty is. In order to connect our lesson about the inner beauty, let me read to you Philippians chapter 1, verse 27. Only let your conversation be as it becometh the gospel of Christ, that whither I come and see you, or else be absent, I may hear of your affairs, that ye stand fast in one spirit, with one mind, striving together for the faith of the gospel. This is it. The word conversation is an old word. Usually, when we use this one now, it speaks about how we talk to other persons. When we meet our visitors, how we treat our guests, how we talk to our classmates, that's conversation. So, in one sentence, we can say, the conversation is in English. That's conversation. However, in the scripture, there's a word, and it says, anastrophe. Anastrophe. It's about the behavior. It's about the lifestyle. It's an old word, and let's use the old word, the meaning found in that old usage. It means the lifestyle. So what's your conversation? It's not about speaking in English, speaking in Tagalog. It's not. It's not about what your accent is, but it is simply your lifestyle. Do you wear always branded dresses and clothing, shoes, socks, and you have no interest in wearing those that are not known brands? That's conversation. That's your lifestyle. Well, I know that most of the things that we buy that are branded are of good quality. However, there are exceptions. There are a few exceptions. Not all expensive things are of good quality. There are expensive vices, and yet it's not good for the body. That's why, when I speak about conversation, may I speak to you about the lifestyle. To a student, or even to be a staff, a teacher, or a parent, an educator, we need to have a conversation that honors Christ. Let me give you two characters of a good character or of a good conversation for all of us. One is submissiveness. To be submissive is that you will be under the right and proper authority. So, if you are disobedient, you are not submissive. If you do not listen, you are unsubmissive. If you are stubborn, that's the opposite of being submissive. Submissive is a very important factor in life. It is a good part of our conversation. You see, in the scripture, Ephesians 6:1 is a good example for being in submission to your parental authority. So it says, children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. As long as you follow the words of your parents when they say what is right, when they give you instructions about justice, equity, fairness, and things that are noble, submit to them, listen to them, and all those who are mentioned as your authority, your teachers, your parents, your pastor, to those who are teaching you about the scripture, they are in authority. Actually, even our magistrates, it's another old word again. Magistrates would tell us that they are the officials of our government. Halimbawa, yung ating barangay kapitan, ipanalangin nyo yun. Respetuhin nyo sila. Kilala ba ninyo kung sino ang inyong barangay kapitan? Pag hindi naman, dapat po ninyo malaman kung sino para masalin ninyo sa inyong panalangin. So respect those who are called magistrates, the policemen. At kahit barangay tanod lang ang isa, tinatawag kong lang dahil kinukumpara ko sa regular policeman. Kahit na barangay policeman o barangay tanod, siya rin ay nagpapairal ng katahimikan sa ating barangay. So respect them, submit to them. That's very important. Every organization is governed by authority. Remember, at school, we have the administrator, we have the principal, you have your supervisor, that's your learning center supervisor or class advisor. Respect them. Pray for them. Submit upon their God-given authorities. Your homes, your parents are the authority. You have to remember that you are not the authority in the home. You must submit to the authority of your parents. If you won't do that, then your little kingdom, your home, will struggle. And someday, it will be destroyed. It will not last long. Be subject to authorities because that's part of the inner beauty. Do not be demanding. Do not be unruly. But you have to be submissive. Do not react. You can respond, but not to react. To react would mean that you have a negative impression. That's why you have to respond. You have to be calm. Kalma lang. Huwag yung painitan ng ulo. Because that will gender strife and division. So submission is an inner beauty. Another inner quality, positive thinker. What does it mean, Pastor, to have a positive thinking? Well, it would mean that you are compassionate. It would mean that you are a helper to the helpless. That's an inner quality. Sympathy. The feeling of compassion toward those who are victims of circumstances. That's sympathy. Not only will you feel it, not only will you sympathize, but you can empathize. It would mean that you are trying to put your own self on the shoes of somebody who is a victim. That's empathy. Those are inner qualities. By the way, positive thinking won't let you do anything. But it is better than having negative thinking. I hope that you will be able to peruse or understand what I'm saying. But it means that if you are a positive thinker, it doesn't mean that you are automatically a winner. But with that positive thinking, approach events in life with a positive tone. Just like when you are working or facing your math subject. I acknowledge that there are students who are good in math and they like math. I also acknowledge that a few do not like word building while many like word building. And yet, even when you face your math or a very hard trigonometry subject, if you have positive thinking, it is better than being negative. Now, to make effective the positive thinking that you have, this is what we shall do. Remember that the water during the flood, the universal flood, in the time of Noah, the same water that lifted up the ark is the same water that drowned the sinners. But the positive thinker would say, thank you. There's water. It can lift up our boat. It can lift up the ark. And yet the negative ones died. They drowned of that water. In life, there are waters that will lift your ark. There are waters that will drown you. So let us remember this one. Whenever difficult circumstances arise, think of what it can do to you and for you. Pag mahirap yung subject mo ngayon, alalahanin mo na pag yan ay hindi mo ginawa at hindi mo matutunan ang itinuturo dyan, may mga pangyayari sa buhay mo na maging talo ka dahil hindi mo natutunan ang mga pangangaral na nandyan sa pages mo ngayon. So, let us face the difficult ones with an attitude of asking God for help, because with God, nothing shall be impossible. So, when you say math is hard, and you won't work in your math, and then you are interested to become an engineer someday, you will have a hard time of reaching your career, your dream career in life. So face it. Anyway, you have your class advisor who will help you. Let them know that you have a problem on this subject. Ask help. But in knowing or in learning to ask help from people, do not miss the lesson of asking help from God. When your life is beautiful, when your life has an inner beauty, people are enhanced to help you. People are inspired to help you. How much more the Lord? All right, remember this one. This will be the last verse. Proverbs chapter 16, verse 7. When a man's ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. With God, nothing is impossible, my friend. With God, He can help you. So do the things that are God-honoring. Do the things that will please the Lord. Do the things that will honor God. Hardships, there are, but victories will be given to you by God. But remember, inner quality or inner beauty. Do you have this attitude of being submissive? Do you have a positive thinking? Have you been compassionate? If not, practice it. Be compassionate to others, and the Lord will do the same to you. To God be the glory. Shalom to all of you.